Hello, I'm Gary Slyman, President and Founder of Great Transition Strategies. Today's topic, coaching entrepreneurs. Suppose you are an entrepreneur and you come to me, hey Gary, can you help me? Yep, I certainly can. Let's kind of talk about where you're going. Many of us, when I say entrepreneurship, do you want to be an entrepreneur? For a lot of us, for a high percentage of us, we have in the back of our mind, yeah, I would love to have control of my life and run my own business. Some folks are absolutely not. What about you? How do you feel? I've had a number of folks come to me. I've helped at least a dozen start their own business, get it off the ground, and get the thing rolling. And for an organization called Project Opportunity, I facilitate a 10-week class once a year, 3 hours once a week, to help individuals, veterans and spouses of veterans, put together a business plan to fulfill their dream of starting a business. All right, so what does it look like? If you come to me and you engage with me and say, okay, Gary, what's coaching going to look like here? How am I going to help you? My view is there's really two big categories that you need to be concerned with in coaching, and there's some details underneath those. So let's go through them. So first, I think the two categories are, number one, research. What is the research that you have to do before you start getting into action? And then number two, action. So on the research side, there are three areas I'm going to coach around. Number one, drivers, what's driving you to start this business. Number two, what's your vision for this business? Number three, what is the business? What's the problem you're solving? The second big category, action. Taking the action to get the business started and get it in place. And that action revolves around two main categories. Number one, the business plan. Putting together a business plan so that way you can define what your business is, what that looks like. And number two, support. Who's going to support you in developing the business plan, developing the business, and moving forward? So let's talk overview for each of those. This is the first in a series. I'm going to do a number of other videos that are going to talk in more detail about each of those. Okay, so first, we're in the research phase. Drivers. What is driving you to start a business? I'm always curious to see what drives folks. Once you really nail down, this is what's driving me. Maybe you came from a family of entrepreneurs. Maybe it's just a dream you always had. Maybe you just want to turn a hobby into a business. Whatever it is, you need to nail that down. Simon Sinek will say, you need to know your why. Why are you doing this? So we're going to coach around that, help you truly understand what's driving you. Number two, what's your vision? Short term, 6 months, year, 3 years, 5 years. What's your long-term vision? Big growth, steady, lifestyle business, employ a lot of folks in the community, create a growing organization, whatever it is, what's your vision? And let's take a look at what that vision is and get some really solidified thoughts around that. Okay, next, the last one, what's the business? And you would be surprised once folks start, here's my idea, here's what I want to do. And once they start through this phase, it takes a little bit to nail down exactly what they're going to do. And when I say what the business is, what is the problem you're solving? How are you going to solve it? Who are you going to solve it for? To get down to those nits and grits. You would be surprised how many folks don't have that when they first start with this idea. All right, so that's the first part, research. Next part, action. Taking action so you can put this business in place. Business plan. Have you ever wrote a business plan? If you have, you know what I'm talking about. So there are simple business plans. Google one-page business plan. They're out there. Or it could have a lot of detail. Generally speaking, you're looking at between 10 and 15 pages. Most important part, the financials. So you're doing the homework on the financials. So the action, putting a business plan in place. Next one, you are not going to do this business by yourself. It's all about the support. So that's determining who is going to support you in this endeavor so you can have the business that you want and make that business execute and execute well. So that's the last one that we're going to coach around. Building your team so you have the support you need. So there it is. Two big categories, research, action. And the research side, drivers, vision, what the business is, action side, business plan, and support. Hope you found that helpful. If you did, Follow me in the next video. We're going to get into more detail on each of those topics.